Earlier that morning, Rhiannon then asks him for a photo of Julia to use in her article, specifically one where Julia looks sad. Marcus heads off to find a picture that fits, and while he's gone, Rhiannon quickly steals one of Julia's shirts. She also accidentally spills a cup of coffee on the couch, ruining it, then sits back down looking innocent and quiet just as Marcus returns with the photo. Later at the office, Rhiannon is glowing with excitement. Her very first published article is out in the newspaper. She finally feels like she's seen, respected, no longer invisible. AJ is genuinely happy for her too, proud of what she's accomplished. But suddenly, Saren calls, panicked. Julia isn't answering any of her calls, and a man named Bill is at the house right now to take measurements because he's ready to buy the property. Saren has no choice but to go meet him and hand over the key. Rhiannon's heart drops. She bolts out of the office and races home like a madwoman. When she arrives, she sees Bill standing at the front door, key in hand. She snatches it away from him and angrily orders him to leave, shouting that the house isn't being sold. Bill, startled by her rage, backs off and leaves without arguing. Later that evening, we see Rhiannon getting ready for her outing with AJ. She picks out an outfit she's extra confident in, the very shirt she stole from Julia's wardrobe, as if she's trying to become Julia or replace her completely. Rhiannon becomes furious hearing Julia shouting for help, desperate for someone to find her. She storms into the basement and coldly tells Julia that screaming is pointless. She already published an article saying Julia mysteriously disappeared. No one is coming. She warns Julia not to underestimate her again. Julia fires back, insisting that Marcus and her friends will come looking. Then she notices the shirt Rhiannon is wearing, her shirt, and begins mocking her appearance and messy makeup. The insult triggers a new wave of rage in Rhiannon, who forces herself to stay silent, holding everything in before she explodes. Later, Rhiannon meets AJ at a bar like they planned, but Craig suddenly shows up and sits with them. He introduces himself to AJ, then immediately asks him to leave so he can be alone with Rhiannon. AJ feels uncomfortable and hurt, so he leaves. Rhiannon tries to follow him out, but he has already disappeared. On her way home, she finds Marcus outside drunk. She helps him get back to his house, and while he isn't looking, she grabs his phone. What she sees on it shocks her. Back home, she storms into the basement with her knife. She tells Julia she now knows the truth. Julia is a fraud. She pretends to have a perfect life, but the reality is a disaster. She reads Julia's private messages with Marcus out loud, revealing their toxic relationship, full of fights and manipulation. Rhiannon is convinced that Julia has ruined Marcus's life, just like she ruined hers years ago. Julia finally breaks down, sobbing. She admits Marcus is abusive and controlling. He's the one who destroys everything, not her. Rhiannon is thrown off, confused, but not fully convinced. Meanwhile, Officer Marina reads Rhiannon's article about